Hey, good morning, everyone. Let me know if my audio is very clear to you guys. Okay, so today we decided we wanted to cover the rest of the topics, which are rest of the pending topics. Okay, so before going there, let's post it. Yeah, I'll just give it. We're posting Twitter in case if people want to join. Okay, I guess we're good. So we wanted to start cover the pending topics. So I guess we are about to conclude the Linux related basics. So we do have kernel and the operating system basics and all. Like those are all theory topics. We can do a overview on that. Okay. So going back, we have something called Symlinks. So in order to know what is Symlinks, you need to know what is shortcuts. Okay. So let me stop the screen share and let me screen share the screen. Yeah. Okay. So what do you see? Do you see my other desktop here?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you see, right, you have something called button here. Like this is called shortcut button. Okay. So if you go to properties, yeah, actually it is in this location. Okay. So yeah, the binary is in this location, but we are able to access from the local desktop. Okay. So something similar on the similar words. Okay. You can go to new shortcuts. I can keep like notepad.exe. So this is in the Windows 32. That's the location, but we are able to access from here. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll go to some inside internals. Okay. And yeah, I have a downloads. So what I'll do, I'll add a new file here. Okay. So most of you people know this. So what I did in the downloads, I added a file called demo.txt. So once it is done, I'll go here. I think you have a share. Yeah, I had to my phone and other things are there. Okay, let me do. Yeah, send to. Yeah, I have a desktop. Create shortcut. Okay, so yeah. Now I got a shortcut here. What does my shortcut says? So I can access the file which is in downloads from the desktop actually. So if I do a double click, I can access here. If I go to properties, yeah, yeah. So if I go to properties, so it's in the downloads directory. So that's what the shortcut is about. So a shortcut is a small utility where you can access the files from a different location from your regular usable folder or from the place which you are looking for. So similarly, in Linux also we do have something called shortcuts that is called symlinks, symbolic links. So we'll go through what is that. Okay. So we do have two sim links. So one is soft link and another is hard link. Let me stop. So yeah, we do have two sim links. So one is soft link and another is hard link. So soft link is nothing but a shortcut where you are accessing the file directly, accessing the file from different location from here. Whereas hard link is the one which will create a clone of a directory, a clone of a file. Okay. So how do we do create it? Okay, we'll open our putty. Let's assume I'll go to var log, cd var log. So I have something called auth.log. Okay. So what this auth log will tell you what are all logins and logouts, what's are happening in the system. So what will I do? I'll go to my home directory, lm hyphen yes, uh, var dot. Okay. So ln hyphen s, I'm giving a link from the original file, and then I'm giving the auth.log from here. So now if I do ls hyphen ltr, so yeah, do you see L before it? There is something called L. Okay, let me know if you can see that. So you have directory, you have files, then you have something called L. L says it's a link from where it is, from this directory to it's pointing to auth.log. So what will I do? I'll just do a yeah cat auth.log. It's showing it. So what will I do? I'll update something. Okay, echo. Okay, I should not touch that file. Yeah, because since it's a system for system log, so I should not add it. But that's what it is. So I can add any data. Usually, I can add any data from here, or I can read the data. So that's how the symlink works. So I don't need to give the complete path. Where we do use this, so we do use this in something like some regular Nginx or HTTP, Apache, or some places, or some of your applications are there. So that's where we will give this symlinks. So whatever you see now, it's nothing but a shortcut soft link. And if you see the inode data, right? Okay, ls hyphen il. Yeah. So if you see this inode is 287.311. So we will go check our inode for this one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we have a different inode here, 9333030. It's supposed to be same one, but I'm not sure. Let me update one more. Okay. So touch. Okay, I know why it is like that. Okay. So what's happening is um inode is the one where if you change the file, right? Okay, that's a confusing one. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have 93381. So we will go to our home folder and create a shortcut. Okay, give me a second. So yeah, it won't have same inode. I'm sorry about that. So we can write some data to it. Okay, echo test. Okay, I think I should do something like var temp. Otherwise, I cannot write the data. Okay. One other thing. Let me try it for temp. Okay. So touch. So yeah, that's about it. Rest all the places I couldn't do it. Okay. So what happened? I can update the test.log. So whenever I update the test.log, so it's basically pointing to this one. So I can go and check it. So this is how soft link works. We have something called hard link. Okay. So what exactly is soft link? Let's assume you have a file blocker. Okay. So let's assume you have a file. This is a file. Okay. So your soft link basically sits somewhere here, and that's what happens. Okay. Now let's assume we updated the soft link. It automatically updates the file. Okay. And let's assume uh, if we delete some content in the soft link, basically it's a pointer marking to the inode data. Okay. So the inode of this file. So it's a pointer. Uh, what do you think happens if I delete this soft link? Yeah, guys, if you know, you can answer. So what happens if I delete this soft link? Does it delete the original file?
No.
Okay. Yeah, right. So because it's just a link, it's a pointer, so I can delete it. So the original file stays as it is. So now we'll see something called hard link. Hard link basically, it's basically sits here itself. Yeah, it just sits next to the file and it shares the same inode. Okay. So how will I create? Yeah, the same temp dot test dot log. So I'll delete a link, this one. So rm rm. So otherwise, what I can do, I can remove the link. Okay. So unlink. So yeah, I can use this command unlink. So which will remove the this temporary shortcut, that's a soft link. Otherwise, I can just delete the soft link. So either two options I can go. So this unlink option works fine here. So whereas let's see for the hard link, how does it work? Okay, ln slash temp slash tmp test dot log test dot log. Okay. For some reason, I'm not able to create in a different directory. So what I did, I went into temp directory. Okay. And I created the hard link here, as in this. So from the test.log, I created a demo. Okay. So if I see the ls-li, uh, -ltr, okay, you should have the same. Yeah. If you see the inode data, right? So it's the same thing. The 20 and 20, the same are sharing the same. The both are sharing the same inode data. Okay. So let's say I update some data here. Okay. We go to the demo. Tile. So it updated the actual file, and it's also updated the link file. So the both are getting updated. Okay. So let's assume if I deleted the original file. Okay. So I'll just move to, I can delete this one, mv demo. So I can see the original file. Okay. Let's assume I'll bring back that. Okay. So mv slash home test.log. Okay, so I bought back this. So what I'll do, I'll delete the original file. So rm test.log. So in this case, in the earlier case, what happens is the symlink will be invalid. Okay, so let's say if I deleted the original file, the soft link will be dead. Basically, you can access it, but it will not point to this one because the original file is deleted. Whereas in this case, okay, I deleted the original file. I can access the link file. So the link file is still the same. Okay. So that's about the soft link and hard link. Hard link scenario would be little different. I didn't came across any scenario where we are using hard link. But the soft link scenario we do use from time to time. Let's assume something needs to be updated regularly. Instead of accessing the file directly, we use the soft links and all. So yeah, any questions here? Okay, I'll take it as no then. So the next one is package management. So the package management we already came across. So what exactly is package management is like in Linux we have something called the package management utility where you can install all the programs and utilities. So in order to do that, you need to follow a few steps. Okay. So the first one is sudo go to etc apt sources.list. Okay, this is moved to here. So cat, yeah. If you see, it's saying the URLs where it's supposed to get the utilities and all the other things. Okay. So now what happens exactly? Sudo apt update. I decrease the RAM. That's why the performance is little slow. But yeah. So the 67 packages can be upgraded. So you can use this command to see them. But what I am interested is it possible I can install the MySQL server? Okay. Or is it possible if I can install Grafana here? Or I can, the Nginx comes by default. Okay. So there are things, you have something called repo. Okay. So you have something called repo. This is a default repo where bunch of utilities will come by default with it. Okay. Something like NetTools, something like Nginx or any other things. Okay. Let's assume you want something else which is not there in your default repo. Okay. In that case, you need to set up a repo of that one. Okay. And let's give a try for SQL. Okay. Sudo apt install. So unable to locate MySQL because this is supposed to come from a repo called MySQL. Okay. So what we'll do? Similarly, you want to install Jenkins. Okay. So you need to configure the repo. So what does repo have? It has a URL where the particular packages are already there. Okay. So let's go for MySQL repo. So ours is Debian. So that's what we're gonna do. So what these guys are doing is these guys are giving a Debian package, okay, directly. So I can do something like this. So you have wget, which to download any packages from internet. Okay. So no, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So I'll click download. I'll go to this one. Mhm. No, I need to download and place it. Okay, so this is not a way. Uh, can do Jenkins for a try. Okay. Yeah, if you see right for the Jenkins, these are the people are sharing the key rings and also they're sharing the Debian file. Okay, this is the sources list. So what will I do? I'll execute these two steps. So yeah, they gave something called wget. So wget is the one where you can download the tools and all. So we'll go to that. We have the Jenkins.list. That's the repository repo, whatever we discussed. So that's the one they gave the command. So what will I do? I'll go here and yeah. So now it's stored the sources. So we'll just go and check the sources once. So sources.ly list.d. Yeah. Yeah, if you see the Jenkins list, so they are doing a signed procedure and then they are checking the packages from this place. Okay, so yeah, if you see here, right, you have the release line. Okay, so what exactly is release line? So you have something called stable build and long term support. Okay, and so stable build is the one which is working perfectly and they released it. So you have the LTS is the latest releases and those things coming in. So from when we use this link, the Jenkins.debian, so that's where it's getting the packages from. Okay, so once we added this package, this particular list, right, the repo list, so what we can do, sudo apt update and yeah, now it's trying to fetch the it's trying to update it. So whatever the list we gave, it's trying to sync in with the repository. Okay, and sudo apt install Jenkins. Is it? Yeah, update install Jenkins. Yeah, as I told, they're getting the binary from this location that is of 98 MB. So they're getting the binary from this location. So you have something called supply chain management. So what is supply chain management? So yeah, you have the repositories and you have your mirrors in between. Let's assume you cannot access the repositories. You can keep an alternate mirror, and this is your mission VM. So every time when you're trying to fetch the data, so it will directly try to fetch from the original repository. If not, so you can try to fetch from the mirrors. Now, how exactly our data comes in? So what exactly happens is like if you go and use this one. Okay, and somewhere there should be packages also. Okay, okay. Jenkins release. Yeah, they are giving this many packages and installing Jenkins. We have, yeah, change log. So yeah, if you're working in IT, right? So for every release, we have multiple Jira tickets. So what are all the issues they are trying to solve? So we'll get addressed over here. Okay. And we do have something called MD5 sum. I'm not able to get this one here, but let me see. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason they didn't specify the MD5 sum here, but all other places usually they do specify MD5 sum. Okay. Uh, Yeah. So yeah, if you see this one, right, this languages.zip. So it is inbuilt kind of thing in the package manager. So if you see they're doing a PGP signature, that's kind of one verification, and you have something called SHA-256 SHA verification. Okay. So what is that SHA-256? Let me open that. Yeah, you have the something called encoded value. Okay, so what exactly it is? So you are trying to fetch something from a different location, and you are getting to your VM. Okay, so how exactly you know someone in person in middle? They're now trying to like add some malicious content in between. Okay, so that's where you have something called MD5 sum and SHA sum comes in between. Okay. So how exactly we do check that? Okay. So if you go to, yeah, this one is installed. So yeah, if we go and download any something, okay, let's assume, yeah, I downloaded this one, a zip file. Okay. So cd temp and wget. So yeah, the 6 MB, the file has been downloaded. Okay. Which is PHP my admin. So what will I do? I'll do check two values. Okay. So MD5 sum of PHP and SHA sum of PHP. So this is how it is. So you have the MD5 sum. From the source, the whatever the APT is there, right? So it will verify that one. So from the source, we will verify if the value is matching, or we can check for the SHA sum, SHA sum. So these two will go to the file and they will calculate a value. They will give some certain derivative value so that let's assume we changed one bit inside this MD5 sum value gets changed. Okay, let's say for demo. Okay, so right now the value is this. So what I'll do, I'll add some bit. So if you see earlier the value is this, now it got changed because I added some number, okay, some data. So it's the same thing. Now if you see for SHA sum, they gave this value. What will I do? I'll copy this and put it here. Okay. I think I need to check for the right package, which I'm not doing. Okay. Yeah, I think I should do the right package or SHA 256. So let me do one thing. So by default, the SHA sum, I think it will verify for 512 bit. Okay. So what will I do? SHA 256 for PHP admin. Okay, I copy. Yeah, we were able to match the value. So we compared with the 256-bit version of SHA. So these are two core things we do verify, and time to time we do use this one MD5 sum and SHA sum. Mostly these package management they do depend on SHS 256. So how to install and how to proceed forward. Okay. So user installation takes standard instructions like we will set up a repo and then we will install a package and then enable the service and restart the service. Okay. So if you go to Jenkins, so systemctl sudo systemctl enable Jenkins sudo systemctl start Jenkins. Yeah, I think Jenkins has some problem. That's why it's not starting. So what we can do, we can use something called different package. Let's try for Grafana. So yeah, you have somewhere here they should really somewhere here they will be specifying that SHA values and all. Okay. So yeah, you have Debian and Ubuntu. So this is where. So what will I do? I'll just download the instructions. See, where what happens is let's assume you're not able to get it from package manager. Okay. Yeah, you're installing this, you're installing grafana.list. So yeah, you're not able to install the repo sometimes. Okay, you're not able to get the repo. So that is the place you can download the direct Debian file directly or the yum file, yum or RPM file you call it. Okay, so this is your setup.exe. For Windows, we have the setup.exe where we click and go through, right? So similarly, we can use this one. So let's try to do this. So far we've seen two methods. Somewhere where they will provide a repo, okay, set up repo and install. We have something called yum or apt executable. Okay, so dot rpm file or dot apt file we can install on from that one directly. Okay, or we have the source. So what is this direct source? Let me show you. So yeah, this one is installed, and if you see, yeah, this is done, and we will install these two wget. Okay, so we have the Debian file. So what we can do, dpkg sudo dpkg stands for Debian package. Okay, so Debian package manager. In case if you're trying to access Debian file directly, you should try this. Okay, I. So what it's doing, it's trying to unpack it, all the files and directories. It's trying to unpack it and it's trying to install this. Okay. So this is the second method of doing the things. So you have third method of installing anything that is called compiling from the source. Okay. So let's see. What example I can give you? Hmm. Yeah, let's see. I'm thinking what I can use. Node.js. Yeah, Node package. Yeah, if you to go to their source code, right? So you have something called a release. So if you go here, yeah, you have the source.zip. Okay. So what exactly this is source.zip? So if we go and download this, our earlier Grafana is kind of installed, but we need to do these steps in order to go forward. So I'll do these steps in a second terminal. Yeah, I think if I open with the port, right? कितना है? Uh, this one with 3000. Is it 9000? Yeah, not sure. Let me check. Systemctl status. Okay, so sudo stat invopt Grafana. Then is it 443? I don't know. It should go for one particular port. Why it's going for multiple ports, I'm not sure. Okay, I'll come back to this one. So yeah, we have the zip file got came in. Okay, so if I go and unzip this one, so unzip. Yeah, it's a very big one. So what exactly it is? So what it says is sometimes you need to download the source and you need to build and compile it. Okay. Sometimes you need to build or sometimes you need to do a compile. So this is called make file they call. Okay. Okay. From there you will get a binary directly. Okay. So that binary you can install. So that's about it. And nowadays things got changed and people directly giving the Docker image. Okay. You can go ahead and execute that. So this one will come back, like will come back at a later point. So yeah, the main the one which we use is this one. And yeah, here we got this. I'm not sure where exactly this file. Yeah, this is the one node. Okay. Now you have bunch of files. So what you need to do, you need to do a compile. A GCC compile will be there, or you have a make file. Okay. So if you see this make file, so this make file tells like what are all compile instructions should go in. Okay. So we need to build using GCC build or any other build utility as per their instructions. And then we can run the make command. So which will basically compile your source and will publish the package, whatever you want. So there are like very less times you will go to this direct source. So usually you will go here, either a repo or you have an RPM or this one. And the problem with this one is, so let's say you have a dependent package. Okay. So you're installing package A and package A is dependent for package B. Okay. Let's say package B. So package B is dependent on package A. So the order is, so you need to install package A and then package B. So if you are a part of repo, this whole flow will go directly. You won't have any issue. But if you go to RPM, so you need to take this one directly. So you need to install package A manually, and then you need to go to this. So all these things you need to take it manually if you're going for direct package. Okay. So how will we see if the package is installed? So you have how will we use apt sudo apt clean all. So it will clean up if any temporary files are there. So you have dpkg. So yeah, this is the command. You have yum list or you have dpkg list. So it will list all the packages which got installed. Okay. So what I am interested is in, I am interested in Jenkins and I am interested in Grafana. So it will list out the package, it will list out the version, and whether it's for AMD 64 platform or for all the platforms, and where is the source, where it's coming from, the owner and all. So what will I do? I'll delete this. So remove the package, sudo apt remove. Yeah. So continue. Okay. If you see this, it's executing a command. Okay. Systemd install disable Grafana service, or it's removing this particular service. So what exactly it is doing? It's created a service configuration file. So it's basically deleting that, and it's cleaning up the rest of the things. So now if I do dpkg list Grafana, I think it's still there. I think I need to purge. Okay, apt purge, purge hyphen y. Yeah. So we can use the apt remove and purge. So which will remove the complete package and all the dependent files. So that's about it. I'll take another 5 minutes to explain cron job. But before that, you have any questions? Okay. So yeah, when you say it's all good, I'll just slowly explain what is cron job. So I think most of the people you already know, but if not, yeah, that's okay. So cron job is nothing but a scheduler. So you have a cron manager, let's call him, and you have a user, and under user you have a cron job, cron tab. Similarly, you have a cron tab, user one, root. So what happens? This cron manager, it will automatically verify every time. Basically, it will verify every time if there is any cron jobs are there for any user. It will go ahead and check it. So how exactly this cron job works? So if you go to sudo systemctl status cron job, yeah. So there is a cron service running. So what it's doing, it will verify every time if there is a cron, right? So it's doing and it's going to execute the things. Okay. So what will we do? We will execute a small cron, which will write the files. Okay. So echo top. No, we want dollar top, right? So Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't need echo here. So what will I do? I have top. So I'll write a small script. So I'll go to my home directory. So the script name would be vi vm stats, and what exactly I'm doing slash. Okay, so I'm doing a top, and I can write the output here, or I can write directly in the cron job. So I'll write in a cron job. So vmv vm space vm starts dot sh, and I'll give a execute permission. So I can execute this. Yeah, basically it's showing an output. Okay. So what I just want a static output. I don't want a dynamic output. So what will I do? I'll just give a. So, so we are looking for 5 minutes output. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I'll go for simple df. So df5 fetch. Okay. So I can execute this, and I want output to be stored in a file. Okay. So my log file would be vmstats.log. Okay. So touch. So what will I do? Whenever I'm executing this one, all the logs should go to this log. So I go to cron tab hyphen e hyphen l will list out if there is any cron entries. Otherwise, I'll go for cron tab hyphen e. So it's selecting, it's asking to select the editor. So my favorite or comfortable editor is Vim. So I'll go for 2. Okay. So they gave a syntax here. So I can run this, or what will I do? I'll run this one. So every 1 minute, dash the to vm stats dot sh output to the the to vm stats dot. Okay. So what I do, I'll just double check this. Yeah, it's getting the data. Uh, so I entered the cron job. So what exactly this syntax is? So we'll go to this cron tab syntax. Cron tab. So it will run every 1 minute. Let's assume we want to run for every 1 hour. So we need to add the entry here. Or let's assume we want to run from 1 to 10 hours. So we can do it. This is the same thing. Like we do want to execute only on Sundays, like or Monday to Friday. We can specify the. Yeah. So 0 will be Sunday usually. So Monday to Friday will be 1 to 5. So we can use this editor, this cron tab syntax, and we can put it there to execute it. So the least you can run is every 1 minute. Okay. So you don't need to exactly remember it, like you will get by flow. So minutes, hours, day, month, and the last one is day. So let's see if it's been a minute. Yeah. think it's yeah, I think it's been a minute because it's overwritten the file two times. Okay, so I'll show you this. Yeah, it's written once, it's written twice, and it's written thrice. So that's how the cron jobs works. Nothing complex there. We also can do something like at the reboot. So here, right? So we can add a command like at the reboot, we want to execute this. So that also we can do. So very rarely we do execute some scripts like that. Like you want to run up some cleanup scripts or something, right? So those kind of things we can keep it here. So if you had a problem where you want to see what are the crons executed, so cd var log, you have a cron.log here, tail cron, no, in that case syslog. Yeah, you have a syslog. Here the cron job is adding the entries. Okay. So whenever a shell script is executing, so cron job is adding the entries. So you had a case if you have your cron jobs are not running. That's the case you need to check your cron service whether it's running or not. So yeah, that's about it. I guess we are good there. And concluding it here. You have any questions, guys? Whatever we discussed. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Anyone? Okay. So yeah, we went through the cron. We wanted to see the shell scripting, SSH keys, and the next session we were looking for service daemon. So what exactly is service, and how do we use it to write our own service? So this also we're gonna go a little in depth. So we will understand completely how it's. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Uh, yeah, we'll revisit the recording. Reach out any questions. Yeah, thank you, Venu. That's fine.